Module 2. What is workplace harassment? The Occupational Health and Safety Act defines workplace harassment as engaging in a course of vexatious comment or conduct against a worker in a workplace that is known or ought reasonably to be known to be unwelcome. It involves words or actions that are offensive, embarrassing, humiliating, demeaning, discriminating, isolates, or intimidating. Workplace harassment also includes workplace sexual harassment and psychological harassment. It's important to note that generally, more than one act is needed in order to constitute harassment. Harassment is the repetition of a series of incidents. However, one single incident can be considered harassment when it is demonstrated that it is severe and has a significant and lasting impact on the individual. The following scenarios help demonstrate what is considered harassment and what may not be considered harassment. First, let's look at a scenario that would not be considered harassment. Imagine that the workplace emergency response team are out on an exercise. Once completed, and after working hours, the team decides to go to the local pub. One of the team members, Louise, a new employee, and Mike exchanged on a political topic. Both shared different views of the issue. Next, let's look at a scenario that may be considered harassment. When it is time to leave, Mike, who had too much to drink, hits on Louise, the designated driver, and then tells her where to go by using profane language. Louise is upset by the incident and approaches her union representative the following morning. Mike, Louise, and the union representative meet. Mike acknowledges his inappropriate behavior and offers an apology to Louise. Louise accepts the apology. And lastly, let's look at a scenario that would be considered harassment. Mike returns to the workplace and speaks to his colleagues about Louise's reaction and refers to her as a crybaby and tries to convince them that she does not belong on the emergency response team. He deliberately ignores her by not answering her questions and winks at his colleagues whenever she speaks in a meeting. Louise had accepted Mike's apology and believed that the incident had been resolved informally. She now feels that this incident has crept into the workplace and has a detrimental impact on her and on her relationships with Mike and her other colleagues. Other examples of workplace harassment include making remarks, jokes, or innuendos that demean, ridicule, intimidate, or offend, displaying or circulating offensive pictures or materials in print or electronic form. Bullying, for example, spreading malicious rumors, excluding or isolating someone socially. Repeated offensive or intimidating phone calls or emails. And workplace sexual harassment. Importantly, conduct that is a part of a manager's normal work function is not considered harassment. For example, changes in work assignments, scheduling, or workplace inspections. Job assessment and evaluation. Disciplinary action. Additionally, differences of opinion are minor disagreements among coworkers is not workplace harassment. Now, let's explore what is considered workplace sexual harassment. The Occupational Health and Safety Act defines workplace sexual harassment as engaging in vexatious comment or conduct against a worker in a workplace because of someone's sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. Additionally, it defines it as making a sexual solicitation or advance where the person making it is in a position to confer, grant, or deny a benefit or advancement to the worker, and the person knows or ought reasonably to know that the comment or conduct is unwelcome. Examples of sexual harassment in the workplace include asking questions, talking, or writing about sexual activities, rough or vulgar humor or language related to sexuality, sexual orientation, or gender, leering or inappropriate staring, invading personal space, unnecessary physical contact, including inappropriate touching, making gender-related comments about someone's physical characteristics, mannerisms, or conformity to sex role stereotypes. It's important to note that inappropriate and unacceptable workplace behaviors can occur on a continuum ranging from offensive remarks to violence. As such, Workplace harassment may escalate over time. When harassment, including sexual harassment, involves threats, attempts, or acts of physical force, it is considered workplace violence under the Act. It is important for employers to recognize these behaviors and to deal with them promptly. Taking action can prevent harassment from escalating in the workplace and possibly resulting in physical violence by either the harasser or the targeted worker. That concludes Module 2. Please proceed to Module 3.